guys, how are we doing today? I feel excited. Okay, I always feel excited, and I'm always going to say that I'm excited every time I come on camera to talk to you. How are you doing today? Okay, so today we're going to be talking about a topic that I consider interesting because it takes away a lot of confusion from us as visa applicants, okay, as people applying for visas to different countries. First of all, if you are a new subscriber, you are very welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Today, we're going to talk about an interesting topic. And we're going to be asking the question, what do visa officers really want from us? Okay, now we're not going to be marching up to their offices and asking them, what exactly do you want from me? No, we're not going to do that. We're just going to explore what exactly they want from us by checking out the documents that they require and why. I'm also going to be chatting with us and guiding us through some visa application tips, okay, to ensure that you give the right impression to your visa officer, especially in those situations where you have to apply online, like UK, Canada, and so on and so forth. Okay, so it's up to you and your visa application, really, right? That's what we're going to be talking about today. So if you're planning to apply for a visa to a country, or you're a travel agent that helps your clients to apply to a country, to one country or the other, then this content is for you. I'm going to be showing you what exactly the visa officer wants from you, okay? So sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Before we get into it, if you are yet to join my Visa to Anywhere masterclass, please join the masterclass because I show you my screen and teach you for free how to apply to certain countries, UK, USA, Canada, and some other countries, okay? So if you're a travel agent and you're trying to learn how to apply to these countries, or you're a visa applicant and you don't want to use a travel agent, you just want to do it by yourself, please watch the masterclass, okay? And in order to join the masterclass, I would link my WhatsApp channel in the description below. So go click on the description below, join my WhatsApp channel, and let's get on with it, okay? Once you join the WhatsApp channel, an amazing community is there waiting for you, waiting to welcome you in, and you would also have the right to some exclusive videos where I show you my screen and show you how to apply to many of these countries, okay? Very exciting, trust me. All right, so let's look at what the visa officers are expecting from you. I divided these videos into about 4 sections, but trust me, you won't know when we breeze through all the 4 sections, okay? So the section 1 is basically overview of a visa application process. I'm not going to go into it because I've already taught you all of that in the masterclass, okay? So I'm just going to breeze through it. Basically, the visa application process is you proving to the visa officer that you have a genuine reason for traveling to his or her country. Okay, so let's jump into the nitty-gritty. You see, we're already done with section 1 and we're moving to section 2, right? So let's talk about what visa officers want to see, okay? And I wrote a couple of things in my notes here that I'm going to be telling you about. I'm going to be breezing through it as fast as possible because I don't want this video to be so long, okay? Now, the very first thing that a visa officer wants to see is your ties to your home country. It's all about making the visa officer believe that you're coming back to your country, okay? Let's say your family, your financial standing, that is your proof of funds. Maybe you're educated in your home country. Maybe you are employed in your home country. Proof of all these things, okay? Let's say property ownership and all that. Some people think that proof of ties is just about family and employment. No, it's a whole lot more than that. And I have created a particular video specifically for you to understand what proof of ties really means and how you can show your proof of ties to convince the visa officer that, look, I am coming back to my country, I'm not going to stay in your country and be an illegal. Okay, so I'm going to link that video in the description below. Please go watch that video to understand more what proof of ties means and how to show your proof of ties to the visa officer. All right, the next one that I wrote down here is financial stability. You need to show them the money, okay? You need to show them the money. Basically, you need to show the visa officer that you're not coming to their country because you're broke. You need to show them that you are able to fund your trip without getting into any shady business, okay? And if you have bank statements, pay stubs, you can show all these things, and all these things show financial statements. Now, on some of their websites, they tell you exactly the amount that you're meant to show on your bank statement. Sometimes they say if you're coming to visit, you should show at least £5,000. Sometimes they tell you, okay, if you're coming to visit or you're coming to study, you should show about 20,000 Canadian dollars, which is able to cover this and that and that and that. Of course, you should be able to prove, if you're going for a study visa, that you can cover your tuition, you can cover your upkeep in that country, and so on and so forth. Even though they will allow you to work part-time, yes, but you need to show basically that you have a lot of money, you have enough money to survive in their country without getting into any shady business or living under the bridge, so to speak. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, so you need to show how much financial support you have, both from your income and maybe from your sponsors, and so on and so forth. Okay, the next one is clear intentions. Okay, you need to show that you have clear intentions for your visit. You need to break down your plan, especially when maybe you are writing an SOP, that's a statement of purpose, or you're writing an introduction letter. Okay, you need to break it down for them. Why are you coming into their country? What do you plan to do? What's your itinerary? Okay, you need to break it down and prove to the visa officer that you have clear intentions of visiting his or her country. Now, the next one that the visa officer wants to see is your accommodation arrangements. You need to prove that you know where you're staying, and you need to prove it by showing evidence of the accommodation. If somebody is hosting you, the person needs to show evidence that, look, I am hosting this person with an invitation letter, and the person needs to also show proof of their accommodation and proof that they can accommodate one more person. If you are going to stay in a hotel, you need to book your hotel ahead of time and show proof of your hotel accommodation, okay, hotel booking and all that. All right, now the last one under this section I wrote is understanding the duration of your stay. If you say that you're going to stay in Canada for 2 weeks, then your flight itinerary should also reflect that. So in other words, you have to show your return ticket. You don't just give a one-way ticket and expect that they will believe you. No, you have to show a return ticket, all right? So that the visa officer understands that you are serious about coming to stay for just 2 weeks or for just the period that you say that you will stay. So if you have a flight itinerary and you have any other documents that shows that you are there only temporarily, maybe like an employment letter or a letter from your employer saying that you were given 3 weeks leave or 1 month leave and so on and so forth, those things will do wonders, okay? Anything that proves that you're staying temporarily will do wonders. Let's go on to the third section, okay? How to prepare a strong application. I'm just going to breeze through it because I have another video that details how to prepare a strong application, okay? So the first one I wrote is complete and accurate application. Now, don't look for shortcuts when you are filling a visa application form. Please do not look for shortcuts, okay? Fill that application form. Fill it. That is why they give you options to go and then return to the application a few minutes later or a day or 2 days later. Okay, because they know that it might get tiring. They know that you might need more information to fill into the application form. So they give you time, all right? I've got some tips on avoiding the common mistakes, okay, that people make with application forms and so on and so forth. So stick around, okay? Don't go anywhere. Keep watching. All right, so the next one is that you have to compile your supporting documents, okay? It's all about the paperwork. Whatever it is that you said in your visa application form, make sure you have a supporting document. If you tell them you have 10 million naira or 10,000 pounds or 10,000 Canadian dollars or something, make sure that you can show in your bank statement that this is really the amount of money that I have. If you say that you have been to 5 or 6 countries, make sure that your travel history also shows that. Okay, now the next one is professionalism during your interview. I already created a video talking about how to create a favorable impression with your visa officer. Let's talk about the last section. Okay, we're already in the last section, the fourth section. We're just going to talk about some additional tips and some common pitfalls that we have to avoid. Okay, so the first one is travel history. I told you that travel history is very, very important. Okay, I created a video on how to build your travel history. If you're just starting for the very first time and you don't know how to start building your travel history, you have come to the right place. I will show you how to build your travel history and how to start from the easy countries, okay, and what easy countries that you need to start from, and how to use it to your advantage, both for travel and for other things, for other aspects of life, okay, not just for travel. Okay, now the next one is Language proficiency, okay? Don't let language be a barrier. If you're going to a country that does not really speak your language or does not speak English, then you can do like a short course or something. And in terms of language, if you have a document or two that are not in the English language or not in the language of the country that you're going to, then get a translator, okay? Try to get them translated so you don't encounter any pitfalls. Now, the last one here that I wrote down is avoiding red flags. I'm going to create a separate video on that, okay? Red flags to avoid and mistakes to avoid when applying for a visa, okay? Whether you are applying online or you're going for a physical interview with your visa officer, there are some red flags and behaviors that you need to avoid. I even talked about as far as your social media, okay? Things to avoid if you know that you are applying for a visa, okay? I recently told somebody that she has to be careful with her social media because these visa officers, they virtually check everything, especially countries like Canada, okay? They check everything. If you notice, in the USA visa application, they even ask you for your social media handle, basically, okay? So these are things that you need to take into consideration. All right, so when you're writing your social media handle, definitely they're going to check you out, right? So there are some red flags you need to avoid, and I'm going to create a video on that. Thank you so much for staying with me. We have covered a whole lot today, and I appreciate you for staying till the end of the video. Please check out my other videos. You know, I talked about proof of ties, we talked about travel history, and we also talked about how to create a good impression before your visa officer. I'm going to link all those videos in the description below. And lastly, if you're yet to join my masterclass, I am also going to link the WhatsApp channel in the description below. That WhatsApp channel contains a couple of exclusive videos where I will be showing you for free how to apply for your visas by yourself. You do not need a travel agent any longer, okay? You got me, and that is all you need. All right, I'll be showing you my screen and you will see how to apply for visas to a lot of countries, UK, USA, Canada, and so on and so forth from my screen. Isn't that exciting? All right, so I will see you in the next video. Take care and keep traveling.